Since I was about 10 years old, I had an interest in theater, and later going into middle school, I had an interest in making videos. It's so self-interested. As far as music goes, I was always taken with sounds that I heard growing up, really curious as to how it was being done. And I think over the years, put it quite simply, I just kind of wanted to go inside the music and try to figure out what was really happening in there. For any creative, I'm sure it is a great way to have an outlet and to express feelings that maybe you don't get to say all the time or not at all. What drove me was to experiment with the resources I had available to me and layer it as best as I could.
You don't get me now. I feel so down. I feel so high. Confusion going nowhere. I feel like hurting myself.
I would dream about songs. They're songs I didn't hear anywhere else. I kept dreaming about them. I wanted to try to bring it into waking life, and just ideas would come to me out of conversations with friends or family. I'd carry around a notepad and I'd try to write down all these ideas that were coming to me so I could later execute them, because it gave me earworm. I would think about it, and that's why I wanted to try to create that. I felt that I wanted to do everything on my own. I didn't want to rely on anyone else to get a project idea that I had done. So, to flesh out a song when you're not really sure what you're doing, obviously there were some times that I sounded rather unflattering. I wouldn't say the ideas were bad. I wouldn't say that it's great either. I kind of liked a little bit of the dissonance and the tension in all of it, because that was exactly how I was feeling at the time. It was.
Even though it hurts so bad, and you wanna we're busy missing fun time, going overtime. It's so damn brief. We're part of the system.
I was breaking all the rules, and I knew it's like, well, you're not supposed to do it this way, but it almost drove me to want to do it more. A lot of the material I'd written was a bit negative and said things that I certainly wouldn't want to write about now, and I know that I never meant to hurt anybody in the process of doing something like that, or make anyone concerned or anything like that.
Soaking tissues by the hour. Soaking tissues by the hour.
I enjoyed the process of overdubbing and layering my voice, because I knew that would even out my tone, and I also just liked sometimes it was sort of ambient, I like to use a lot of reverb. I would refrain from trying to copy and paste my vocals, which was very easy to do, but instead I exerted myself, and including a lot of the overdubs, like in the chorus I could have reused some of the backing parts, but I didn't do that. I wanted to keep keep recording and over-recording and re-editing and cutting this here, and yeah, pretty tedious. I felt like I had to be different because I was treated differently in, among, if it was schools or in the workplace or social situations, that it almost forced me to be weird. What more do you want? He's a sweet little man. He's a sweet little man. He's a sweet little man. Let's go over it again. I found that when I get out of my own way, that a lot of the ideas can flow much freely. At a certain point, I knew I had to start to build a supported sound. That would mean practice. That would mean warming up. It's taught me to try to keep things simple. It doesn't have to be this big, complicated, convoluted thing. And once I relax into it, it just goes so much easier. It's opened my horizons as far as music goes and different styles, that I can stand to listen to other things. It doesn't have to be just one thing. For a long time, none of this made sense. It didn't really make sense to me. I don't think it made sense to a lot of other people, but it was personal, and there was a growth among all these songs that I'd written.
You stole my heart. Oh my God. Ain't got the money. There's a love in that heart. Song goes like this. Woo!
That was a way for me to cope with certain life circumstances. Kept a lot of my ideas in my room, and I think the challenge is to be able to look outside of that, work with other people to develop something, and not have it be this whole personal endeavor where I'm trying to figure out what's the bass part, what's the keyboard doing, what's the strings doing, what harmonies should I be doing at this, what's the video going to look like, what imagery am I going to use.
I'm only window shopping, hopping and bopping and hey, window shopping, baby. Ooh, and I'm on my own, just window shopping now, yeah.
It's been a whole interesting process that's actually helped me in my life, and learning to enjoy and have fun and be kind to myself and all these things like that. All these types of things. Yeah, I like to be creative. I like to write. I like to make videos. I like to sing songs. I do feel definitely there's a place for that, and I'm still on that journey. I feel that I'm entering a new chapter. That's why I wanted to put them out and talk about it, because I did feel it was something worth talking about, as introspective as it is.
Come on, give it, you did it now. You're making me sick of love.